I'm the one who spread numerology to hundreds of millions of people worldwide. So I think it is safe to say that I am the godfather of numerology, at least modern day numerology.
Modern day, yeah. No, and that's definitely true because, like, maybe you can speak to this, right? Because it's the space, the numerology, astrology, all this is pretty like dominated by women.
Yeah, and like I said before we started this podcast, man, this has always been dominated by women, but I ain't no bitch. So when it comes down to it, I'm not going to do the same feminine garbage that these people do. You have to understand. There's a reason they put astrology next to the funny pages,
Right.
Because they want to make it look like a joke. The fact of the matter is, numerology, astrology is real. It's the practitioners who are the jokes. You understand? If someone is playing basketball and they can't put a ball through a hoop, it's not the game's problem. It's the guy who's playing the game. So that's what people have to understand. The top of any level is going to be extremely good at what they do. And, it is what it is.
Damn right. So obviously this is a crypto show and stuff like that. I mean, and you had people. I mean, it's one thing that you were telling us in the background before we started is that you told your guys to sell in 2022.
100%. I told every one of GG33 members, and there's about 3,000 of us right now.
Okay.
But I told every single one to get out of crypto before 2022 hit, and there's a reason I did that.
Lay it on me. I want to hear this.
This is a crypto show.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's drop some knowledge. So when you look at crypto, Ethereum, USDC, when they send all those addresses, it all starts with a OX.
Right.
OX is ox. Okay. Now here's the thing: 2021, when that market hit top and it's never recovered since, that was the year of the ox. So they were actually telling you in a hidden way that the ox was going to be the top. That's why I told all my people to get out, and no one else saw it coming, because I know people were taking L's in 2022. That's the problem.
Yeah.
People always think the good times are going to last forever. That's not how the game works. They thought that in the dot-com crash. They thought that during the savings and loans crisis in the 80s.
Right.
What you have to understand is people have short-term memories. Even with all this technology we have now, people have short-term memories. So they got them with the savings and loans. They got them with the internet. And now they're going to get them with crypto, because I personally believe 95% of these cryptos are going to be gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You want to go on that, Charlie?
I mean, we're kind of above the same idea here with crypto. Is like it's like the early internet, right?
Yeah.
Most of these projects are like websites like pets.com. They're going to go by the wayside. Some will be Yahoo, where they're good for a while and then they go away. So yeah, it's like all the shit needs to get weeded out every 4 years in order to kind of like make this industry anew again. But one of the things I was kind of curious about was what we were talking about a little bit earlier with this, which is, so you told everybody to get out in the year of the ox. I got you. In terms of where you're at now with crypto. So what are you talking about right now with crypto? Because it's always one of those industries. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah, of course. This is what I think. I think the Fed coin's coming.
Yep.
And whenever you have a new gangster, much stronger, more powerful gangster is moving in on the block, that means all the small gangsters are going to start taking L's. Yes. They're going to start getting double tapped. So what I see is the government moving in, and slowly but surely these little cryptos are going to die. Then it's going to move on to the bigger middle ones. Ethereum, I think, is here to stay.
Yeah.
Things like that. Because if you look at Ethereum, their logo is the Illuminati pyramid. So that's a good indication that these guys are gonna continue to be in the game. Ethereum's one of my favorites. I personally like Zcash.
Privacy coin.
And the reason I like privacy coins is, listen, we don't live in China, okay? If someone has your basically your Bitcoin address, they can go down the list and see everyone you sent money to, what you spent. Listen, this ain't that type of game. We Americans, I'm not sure how you Chinese and foreign people like it. We Americans like our fucking privacy. So we're going to need a privacy coin. And when you look at all the privacy coins, Monero, a few others, Zcash is by far the most superior to all of them. Edwin Snowden backs it. And I really believe, from a numerology perspective, Zcash was founded on the 28th. 28 is the number of wealth. Musk is born on the 28th. Bill Gates is born on the 28th. So I do think that one right there has a lot of potential in the future.
Right. Interesting. I will say this, though, about stablecoins is they've gone out of the way to really hurt them. They've always worked. Like Monero is like still, I would say, king right now, but Zcash, knowing the background of Zcash, they created a lot of the technologies that's trying to be implemented into Ethereum today. They just don't get a lot of credit for it.
Monero, you can basically crack that because I believe Monero's code, and I could be wrong, so if I am, please correct me, but I think it's basically has a combination of 10. They basically send 10, like, and
it's like
nine
ring
or
signature.
9 are dummy signals and 1 is real. You're telling me 10%? Man, listen, I think some people could crack that thing. So I don't think it's that secure. Zcash is secure.
Right. I mean, I will say this though. I mean, obviously there's not a leader of Monero, right? But we did have Fluffy Pony, which was the guy that was really the figurehead running guy. They picked him up in San Francisco like a year ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah, he was the runner in 2017, and a lot of the times when it comes to crypto, they're usually about 3 to 5 years behind in terms of who they're trying to go chase after. So they build up a case first.
Yeah, right. I'm sketchy with anyone from San Francisco.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pastor. He was somewhere in the what is it, not Philippines? What was that one?
So he was in South Africa for a while.
Yeah, South Africa for a while, but he was like, what is that other one? I can't remember. Singapore. He was in Singapore for a bit, went to South Africa, and then he was doing some kind of like layover flight, and they caught him right there at the San Francisco airport. Not surprised, by the way. Picked him up, and that was it. Because like I was really like paying attention to the whole Litecoin thing, and like those guys were all buddies and stuff, and they snatched his ass. I mean, even with something like Litecoin, there's actually now you can have privacy on it, but they're not stupid enough to activate it just yet because they're waiting for a lot of the laws to because technically Bitcoin, Litecoin are not securities. Ethereum's not security, but they're like all this stuff's going on and stuff. So right now they're just waiting for the list to finally go down. These are not securities, and then once it says it's not a security, I think that's when they're going to start adding a little bit of like obscurity and stuff to like transactions through wallets and stuff. But that's not perfect like security basically.
The Fed needs this.
Yeah.
The petrodollar is falling. They need something new, just like they think of their little dollar scheme in 1944, Bretton Woods, just like they took the dollar off the gold standard in 71. They need a new scheme, and the Fed coin's going to be it.
Yes.
They need it. And since America pretty much runs the internet, it's going to be very, very difficult for China or anyone else to basically get around the Fed coin. I think that the Fed I think it's going to be like a bloody Sunday. When the Fed coin comes in there, I think these other coins are going to start dropping like flies, man.
That's actually an interesting perspective.
Right.
Because I would say there's a portion of that I would agree with, and there's a portion of that I would
We'll
disagree
find out
with.
soon, brother.
Well, yeah, exactly, right? We'll find out pretty damn soon. I think
2024, 100%, we're going to find out. That's when they're going to make their move.
And that's a dragon year, right?
Not only dragon year, it's also 2024, which is an 8 universal year. 8's the number of money, 28 wealth, but 8 is money. So you expect big money moves in 2024.
Oh, we're getting rich as fuck, you guys.
Make that money, brother.
Sheesh.
Right.
I mean, we're deep in the crypto game.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done very well for our guys. We started I guess we started our courses back in 2020 and stuff like that, and in September.
Isn't it beautiful when you not can just make yourself money, that you find a system that you can make yourself money? That's one thing. Millions of people have found a system that can make themselves money. 22 million Americans are millionaires.
Right.
So but you know what is really, really kingmaker stuff? When you can put other people on.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is when you go to sleep and you're like, you know what? I'm actually making the world a better place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I've always. I mean, it's kind of funny. Like the 30. Like, I just found out I'm 33. Like a 33.
Here we go.
Like I just let me lean into it.
It's a very exclusive club. Let me tell you what it basically means.
Okay.
All bullshit aside.
Okay.
You had to be reincarnated quite a few times to earn that right. You can't just be the 33. You got to go to the trials, the tribulations, the 1 through 9, the 11 to 22 to actually reach that. 33s are the trailblazers. Again, Thomas Edison's a 33. Albert Einstein's a 33. The Wright brothers, first in flight, a 33. The guy who invented the internet's a 33. It's always the 33s who are the trailblazers. Yeah. So here's what you have to do, brother. I don't give a fuck what you do. Be one of those people where you shove your opinions down people's fucking throats. That's what you have to do.
Not a word out of you, Charlie.
Well,
you do that, you'll succeed as a 33.
Beautiful. So, okay, I'm a 33. What is Charlie?
He's a 7.
Yeah,
we were
talking about this a little bit before stream. And here's the thing. Like, I was just like damn, bro. Like a few of the things he said, I was like, it's pretty fucking on point. It's a lot more on point than like, you know, like if you do like a palm reading on the fucking strip or something, they'll tell you like, oh yeah, you know, you're good with people or some, you know, very broad fucking thing.
Yeah. Woman shit.
Yeah, exactly. I would say like, it was pretty accurate. So what you said so far. So I'm kind of curious what else to unpack
here's
here.
the thing. I want people to understand this.